Subscribe to the Hit That Line Podcast Network, brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Breeden RV Center, family owned and operated, a no-pressure, laid-back atmosphere, and always home of the free maintenance for life.
This is the Fish City Grill Ruskin and Zach podcast. Check out the specials this month at Fish City Grill. Cajun crawfish and shrimp tacos for only $13.99. Horseradish crusted salmon, $18.99. And Tuesday night, crawfish boils on the patio with live music. It's all at Fish City Grill, Fort Smith and Rogers.
So, spending the weekend at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs.
Yeah.
Okay? For those that are not familiar with it, it is an old...
It's haunted.
It's the old hotel at the top of the hill. It's the one that's been featured on Paranormal Witness. Yep. It is reportedly haunted. Yep. So you go in there with a heightened sense of awareness. And when you walk in to the lobby, they have a sign as you walk in about ghost tours.
Yeah.
Okay? So things are going fine. Saturday comes and goes. No incidents whatsoever. We have breakfast at the rooftop bar, which is a restaurant on the 4th floor. And for some reason, I decide that I'm going to walk down the 3 flights of stairs instead of taking the elevator. Now, it's one of these old cargo elevators, which would probably, kill you if it decided to crash. But anyway, I'm walking down, and again, for some reason, I go down 1 flight of stairs, and I see a door that's open, and it's a door to one of the suites at the Crescent. Yeah. Get off the stairs, I go down, and it's probably, 15 feet from the stairway. And I go to the door frame, and I am standing in the door frame, okay? And I've never seen one of the suites. I just want to see what it looked like. There's nobody in the room, no windows open. It's a hotel room. And I lean in just to kind of look around the corner. I look left, I look right, and when I turn around and look straight ahead, a blast of air hits me in the face, and it smelled awful. And there was a...
The ghost broke wind?
No, but they say, when a ghost goes by you, there's a smell, and it was bad. And it wasn't more than a foot off my nose. And it was just this fog. And I literally took 2 steps backwards and said a bad word. And no joking, I have a witness. The door slammed.
What?
The door slammed shut. Now... From this point forward, I had what might be described as an involuntary bowel movement.
Okay.
I took off down the steps. Now, anybody who's been to the Crescent knows that there's a cat that roams around the lobby of the hotel. No. And the cat and I lock eyes, and the cat took off. We were 30 feet apart. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what's there, but the cat knew it because it was with me. And I don't know if it's a Beetlejuice thing, but I got the bleep out of there as fast as is humanly possible.
Wow.
It was like a fog, and it was right here, like a foot off my nose.
Like a white vapor.
And it wasn't any bigger than my hand. No. It might have been smaller than that, but when I turned around and looked right at it, I went, holy bleep. Took 2 steps backwards and the door slammed, and I have a witness who was right behind me.
Okay. I believe I've seen a ghost. Not like that, but I just saw a vapor go through the up around the ceiling of the room I was in. This white little wispy vapor. I'm like,
here we go. Here's a text of the 870. Stayed there a few years back. Jacuzzi tub turned on in the middle of the night. Yes.
There you go. There you have it. Okay. So there it is. So you were face to face.
Yes.
With the, what does he call it in Ghostbusters? The etheric plane or something like that? Actual contact.
The cat was not the witness for the text of the 682. No. No, there was somebody that was with me, and I'm telling you, for some stupid reason, I just wanted to see what the suites looked like.
Yeah.
Did not sleep yesterday.
Why not?
Why not? It was a blast of air.
But it's not in your house, though.
No, I don't know that. I don't know how these things travel.
The 3rd floor of the Crescent Hotel is supposed to be the most haunted because that's where they that's where they killed all the people in the hospital. It's the 3rd floor.
There you go.
But I don't.
But you were on the 4th floor.
No, I had breakfast on the 4th floor. I came down to the 3rd floor.
I see. Yeah.
But I think you just freaked yourself out.
No.
Because I've
The
been,
door
I've
slammed.
been to the Crescent Hotel and gotten scared like that before. But I don't believe in it.
I also point out that the people that are quick to rebuff this believe in lots sillier things than this. So
They will argue
you know
co-player of the week.
Exactly. Or anything. So I don't know. I can't. I've seen a ghost. You can't be so dismissive of this stuff, I don't think.
So they're asking me what room. I don't remember what the room number was because I never got to look at the door. But if you were,
it was the suite.
If you are standing, if you're looking at the hotel, it would be the staircase on the right, second door off the staircase.
No. DH wants to know if the owners of the hotel are behind all of these shenanigans.
I don't know, but there was nobody in the room. There was not a soul in that room.
Okay.
Not a soul. Well, I guess there was a soul in there.
Well, there was
clearly one.
There was a soul in there. Matthew is in Bella Vista. Matthew?
Yes. My wife has made reservations for this place that you speak of on the 27th of June, the day after our anniversary, and you kind of got me a little freaked out. So.
Run like hell, dude. Run like hell.
Well, the ghost didn't harm you, though.
Ruined a pair of good underwear. Third floor.
So anyway,
right
just
staircase.
Don't go.
You know what? It looks like something out of The Shining. It's really nice during the day, but it's.
I would go, Matthew, just for the stories like this. But maybe you want to prepare and like Zach should have worn Depends or something.
Yes,
like maybe you want to prepare accordingly.
Bring extra drawers.
Okay, I will. I'll keep that in mind, and thank you, guys.
The Grand
I'll
Central's haunted too. So
thank you, Matthew.
I'm just saying. And the freaky part is, like, on the in the roundabout in the front of the hotel, somebody drew like a mother and a child.
Is this the roundabout where the guy's going the wrong way and flips you off?
No, that was here in Fayetteville.
Oh, okay.
That was down by the hospital.
Oh yeah, that one's a mess.
But like to the right of the the sign about the ghost tours, somebody drew on the window, and if you're not paying attention, drew a mother and a daughter in the window, and if you're not paying attention, that thing will scare you to death.
There you go. Let's talk to Jake in Fort Smith. Jake?
Hey, this is Jason, actually, in Fort Smith, but I have a story about the Crescent.
All right.
That's okay. So several years ago, many years ago, my now wife, we were boyfriend, girlfriend back then, took me there. I originally moved here from Ohio, and that was my first time there. In the middle of the night, there was a knock at the door. I got up thinking, there's an emergency or something, and there's nobody there. So it freaked both of us out. We laid back down. We're laying there, and the moon's coming through the windows, and it's kind of illuminated the back side of the room. And there's a picture of the Crescent or Eureka Springs painting. And I'm laying there, and I turn over on my side, and I look up, and everything in the painting is moving, as if you're looking at the scene. And my wife saw it. I saw it, and we could not sleep the rest of the night.
That's when you check out immediately. Get your stuff, check out.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Very much agreed.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy.
Good story. By the way, just like Ghostbusters, we're here to believe you. So if you've got a tale,
the cat is apparently in the lobby, sees things, and I'm telling you, that cat and the cat was 30 feet away from me. We locked eyes for a second, and that cat took off.
No.
Did you go on one of the ghost tours?
No. Hell no.
Why?
No!
It's actually really interesting.
You know what? I got my own personal ghost tour.
They take you down to the morgue.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
There's a
delightful.
Morgue? Wait a minute. There's
the old morgue for the old hospital.
Where is that?
In the basement. Because it used to be.
Of course.
It used to be a hospital that they did like experiments with the springs and Eureka, and then it used to be like a women's college. So there's a morgue.
Oh, God.
You ever been out to the sanatorium in Boonville where they kept the tuberculosis patients?
No.
I bet that's haunted, too. I don't know.
There's a morgue?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not like an operating morgue or anything.
It doesn't matter at this
but
point.
they showed us, like, the cabinets that are still there.
I took a bunch of pictures of the front of the hotel. I'm terrified to go back and look at them. To see if anything's looking back at me through the windows.
Well, it would probably only be, like, orbs. If there were anything in the photos.
That's very reassuring. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Text flying in about this. Man, the caller is going to be ticked about this segment.
Yes,
that's
very
true.
much
That's
so.
right. Very upset. Let's see here. We had a female listener. Yes, stay there once, never again. The door that requires 2 hands to unlock opened itself, and every time I came back to the room, the bathroom light was on and the door was shut. Female listener number 43.
Okay. See? I'm not nuts.
No. No.
It was bad enough. I mean, it was more than like a baby fart breeze. I mean, it was like a blast of air. And it had
It's like a Doberman fart.
I mean, it was and it hit me in the face. And when I took 2 steps back, that door slammed shut.
It's probably like sulfur, because that's what ghosts are supposed
Sure.
to smell like.
I don't know what at that point I was so freaked out. All I wanted to do was get out.
Yeah. Greg says it's a scam. It happens all the time.
Shut up, Greg.
Here's the text that says Zach got into Joe's stash.
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't. That was the only thing that happened to me, and that over the weekend, and that was enough.
Yeah. JT, ready to explain this. Older than dirt air conditioner kicked on. That explains the dust cloud, the weird smell and rush of air that could have pushed the door closed. Could have been an old air conditioner.
There was no air conditioner.
I don't know.
There was no sound in the room. The windows were not open. There was no one in the room. I looked.
No.
Stephen Fayetteville wants to know if he offered an Austin Ani update.
Yeah, did the caller want to? Yeah. Those idiots are talking about ghosts. It's
That
a
place
sports
has a
show.
morgue in the basement.
Well, it used to
Well, it
be
used to be a
morgue.
hospital.
You know,
Because it used to be a hospital.
Once a morgue, always a morgue.
The
But
old
that's why-
morgue.
That's why the 3rd floor is supposed to be the most haunted, because they kept the experimented patients in the 3rd floor.
For the people that run this thing, maybe a sign on the stairwell. Hey, you're about to enter the most haunted floor on this thing. Don't go stick your head in one of the suites. Who in their right mind?
Who puts their head in a suite that is not theirs anyway?
I guess that's a way of looking at it.
Oh. Here's a text that says, thought I saw a ghost once, realized I was a man, and didn't care. See, that kind of toxic masculinity we don't want around here, sir. How dare you?
That's not what we do around
How
here.
dare you?
So,
Oh, wow.
there it is.
All right, there it is. So Zach touched the etheric plane. I think that's what he says on Ghostbusters. Actual physical contact.
Dennis says he believes me, but he also believes in Bigfoot. So
We're here to believe you.
thank you.
We're here to believe you.
I have a witness, and the witness was not the cat. I have a witness who
A human witness.
was right behind me when this happened.
Did the witness also see all of this?
Did not see the
Because you
apparition.
peeked in the
right.
the apparition.
Saw me back up and did witness the door slamming.
So the ghost didn't look like Slimer?
No,
Oh,
no, it was
disappointing.
a mist, and I'm telling you, it wasn't bigger than the palm of my hand. It was just a mist, it looked like a water vapor,
Okay.
and that was enough.
All right.
Here's a text that wants to know about DQ's cat. DQ lost her sister's cat.
Man.
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot.
Well, I
of
didn't
stuff
think we were
today.
done with the ghost thing, and now we're going to move on to this. Okay. What happened there?
So I stayed at home yesterday, and this morning when I was getting ready, I was like getting ready in the bathroom, and then I turned and saw that the front door was open, and I know my sister's cat will go outside, like we'll try to go outside. So I was like, oh my god, the cat. And I was late here because I had to find it, because there was no me leaving without finding the cat.
Was the cat found?
Yeah, I looked all over the house and all over outside, and she was sleeping on a shelf
Perfect.
and couldn't wake up when I was calling her.
Was the cat alive?
Yes.
Okay. all
But
right. You say couldn't wake up. I just wanted to clear that up for the audience there.
If I hadn't have found the cat, I would not be alive.
Was the cat in the upper field or the lower field?
She was upstairs.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Witness-
Nate in Fayetteville says Ruskin sounding like that Greta Thunberg when he says, "How dare you? How dare you?" Thank you, Nate. That's a good reference.
Have I opened the portal now? Like the ghost transfer portal? Like in Ghostbusters 2?
Well, I mean, did you cut the power off like Walter Peck did in the
is that
in the
room,
EPA?
Is that room the portal
You
to
go
the other
get your
side?
court order.
I'm just asking.
I'll sue you for wrongful persecution.
Hacker wants
We can have it your way, Dr.
Hacker
Fan.
wants the witness's name. No.
No, we can't. We can't subject the witness to this. No, we can't do
That's a big no.
He learned the last time.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I learned the hard way.
All right. So you have touched the etheric plane, we think.
I have. I'm going to get one of those the handbook for the recently deceased so that I can learn how to talk to these things.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of rude. Got the
we
door
didn't
slammed in
get
my
to,
face.
can you hit number 3? We never get to number 3, and I just wanted just play number 3 for me. It's just there we go. Okay, yeah. So you have made contact. The truth is out there. All right,
Guys, telling you, saw this, and it if you're going, you got to be ready when you go into that place, because you walk in and the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Mm-hmm.
Food's excellent though.
Well, that's good.
Food's really good.
Yeah. Greg just passed the Tahoe on the interstate with the big Ghostbuster
See?
logo on the side.
See?
Scott wants to know if you've been probed.
No, those are aliens. Different. No, I've not been up in the spaceship. No.
Okay. You haven't been up there?
No, I haven't taken a ride in the luxury limo that is. No. Here's a text out of the 479. What hotel is this? It's the Crescent in Eureka Springs.
Yes.
Way at the top of the hill. Looks like something out of The Shining.
Check out the specials this month at Fish City Grill. Cajun crawfish and shrimp tacos for only $13.99. Horseradish crusted salmon, $18.99. And Tuesday night, crawfish boils on the patio with live music. It's all at Fish City Grill, Fort Smith and Rogers.
We appreciate everyone listening to the Hit That Line podcast network, and we wouldn't be able to do it without Bet Online, the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your sports action. Whether it's news, scores, odds, they're going to have it for you at Bet Online, and it's always free to sign up. Head to the website betonline.ag or just use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts.
Yep.
I've been on the 10 Bells tour, which is the Jack the Ripper tour through West London.
Yeah.
I've done that. That didn't bother me. I've been to some weird places.
This spooked you, though.
This was the first time I have stepped back and said, you know what? I need to reevaluate some things.
You know, while we're talking about all this, supernatural stuff,
Yeah.
I've never told anybody this, but I can see colors. Like I close my eyes, and I, touch somebody or touch the dog or whatever. I can see colors in my brain. Yeah. And the other, a few weeks ago, after the first vaccine, I'm laying there falling asleep, and I see like this blue and light blue, like laser light show, all in my mind. Like my eyes are open. I'm seeing this in my head. Okay, so yeah, I see colors.
All right,
It's true. That's it.
I'm getting yelled at by the witness because I just let her know that there was
Tell the witness to turn the radio off. This isn't about the witness.
Well, knowing there's a morgue in the basement would have been helpful.
I have banished my family from listening to the show. The show is not for next of kin,
To
all
be
right?
honest,
Or close.
You're not banishing
acquaintances.
any of them based on what you told me today about your family. You're not banishing anyone. You may say you're banished, but none of them are listening.
No, yeah, they're not listening. Whew. Mrs. R keeps bringing up all this stuff. I'm like, you're not supposed to hear that. It's for entertainment purposes. It's thrown in my face on the dinner table. Like, calm down. I'm off the clock here. Settle down. Anyway, yeah, I see color. That's true.
Oh, now
It's a true deal.
here's a text out of the 574 says there's a morgue and
Pin 'em.
crematory at the sanitarium.
Yeah. You know what they did down there? They had the tuberculosis patients. Because we didn't know what to do with tuberculosis patients in the 30s and 40s, so we just threw them in this place together. Apparently, that's what was the medicine's come a long way, man. Come a long way.
Yeah. Now, text out of the 479. Love the discussion today.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Doing what we can. Now, if given the opportunity, I've asked this as a poll question before. Given the opportunity, when you pass and get to the way station like Warren Beatty and Heaven Can Wait, if you could come back and haunt someone, would you? DQ?
No, I wouldn't.
See, I got better things to do, I think.
I got a list.
I'm sure you
would
do.
Haunt every single person.
I got better things to do up there than haunt people.
Well, okay.
Like, I don't care what other people think while I'm down here. Why would I care when I'm up there? You know what I mean?
Well, okay.
Or down there
You're
in whatever
making the
case it may
grand
be.
assumption that you're going that way.
Oh no,
You might want to buy some time.
I am. There is no guarantee which direction the escalator's going. Let me tell you, it could be up or down. I don't know. You go to Dillard's and you get on the escalator and you really don't know which way the things, because they put them right next to each other and it's confusing. I don't know.
Glenn has tweeted at us, if you're seeing colors, you've eaten enough mushrooms.
Okay.
Thank you, Glenn.
Very good.
Thank you.
Never done that. We should do that. There's a summer radio project. Let's all take some mushrooms and do the show. That'd be good.
I told you what happened to me, right?
Well, you had the edible one time and came in here.
And I couldn't speak.
Yes.
And I lost the ability to speak, and I was getting more and more mad.
Is that important for the?
Yeah, it was really important. It was really, really, really important.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
All right. I teased this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have to pay it off. Otherwise, I'm not doing a very good job. But this is a great lead. Like, of all the leads, this is a really good one. Explosives used for a gender reveal party in New Hampshire were so loud that residents across state lines thought there was an earthquake. Exactly.
Go on.
80 pounds of tannerite, an explosive used for firearms practice. A family said they thought the quarry was the safest place to set off the blast. See, this was their first thing. This was their first problem, is thinking that anyone would care if they blew up. No one would care if they blew up 80 pounds of tannerite for a gender reveal. Of course we're going to care.
If it goes boom, we care.
If you hit the Richter scale with your gender reveal party, you should probably be arrested.
CDQ.
If the little needles start going at the USGS office there in New Hampshire, you've probably done it wrong.
Somebody at the local college is, what the hell is that?
That's right. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon. They got their feet propped up, and all of a sudden, the needles start dancing. What? No. Residents in a 20-mile radius and as far away as Massachusetts heard the explosion. Many calling 911. On the home, Sarah Taglieri lives near the quarry. Her quote, "We heard this god-awful blast. It knocked pictures off the wall. I'm up for silliness and whatnot, but this was extreme."
Ryan and Van Buren says tannerite powder is a redneck dream. 80 pounds is way too much.
It's like, you remember when the Who blew up, Keith Moon blew up his bass drum on the Smothers Brothers show, and he put too much in there,
right?
And Pete Townsend is still partially deaf because of that. It's like that. Like, he put in a little bit, and he put in a little bit more, and then the whole thing exploded. So don't use explosives. If you're going to do these stupid gender reveals, you can do whatever you want. Get the likes. I don't care. But 80 pounds of
was anyone
more or
injured?
less dynamite.
Was anyone
doesn't
injured?
say anyone was injured.
Okay.
No. And the picture here, it's blue powder, so it is a boy, if any of you care.
Okay, all right.
So thank God we got that figured out. Oh, no, this is from this is a file photo.
Okay.
Yeah. This is one from an explosion in Arizona that actually caused a forest fire from
Terrific.
from the gender reveal.
Text out the 479.
Give me the hogs truck.
All right.
So is tannerite? That's not TNT. It's not dynamite. That's different. And dynamite, does it come in those red sticks like in the cartoons?
In the cartoons and the kegs.
Yeah. Like the coyote and the Roadrunner?
Text out the 479 says proof that rednecks live everywhere.
Well, we know New Hampshire's a big
big
big NASCAR. They got they got the NASCAR up
big neck car.
Yeah. All right, let's talk to Sterling. Hi, Sterling.
Hey guys, I hope y'all having a great day. You see colors. I see dead people.
So does Zach. There you go.
I do, but most time at a funeral home or at a wake, a funeral. I'm at them places.
That's a Rick Schaefer joke, Sterling.
Hey, that's what I'm going. Hey, when I get done with you, that's where I'm headed.
Of course.
Ricky Rick. Just second, guys. But yeah, guys, I don't understand this complaining about pitcher of the week. And you act like they gave pitcher of the week to me or to Bugs Bunny when he threw that Stevens pitch against those convicts. I just don't. I don't understand what I mean. They gave it to Rocker, who very well might be the number one pick in this year's baseball draft.
He pitched a complete game shutout.
What, he give up 1 or 2 hits? I don't get it, man. I mean, I'm all for, we get screwed all the time. The world's against us. I'm all on that bandwagon. But I mean, let's make it somewhat realistic. I mean, we can't have it when they got a horse, a workhorse like Kumar Rocker over there, who's already got a name for himself, who threw a no hitter in a regional game 3, I think. If not game 3, game 2, something. But to get my drift.
Sterling, just to interrupt you for a second, text out the 479 Boo Sports. Continue.
Boo Sports. Hey, that's real on this show. I believe it on this show. It's real. But guys, love your show. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Sterling. Kumar Rocker gave up a run in the first inning. How dare him!
Hacker says that tannerite is what people use to blow up feral hogs. What does that mean? DQ?
Give him the hogs, Chuck.
Feral hogs?
Sure.
Yeah, feral hogs.
Like wild hogs.
They're like wild boars.
Wait a minute. You blow them up with it?
I had no
How
idea.
do you do that? I mean, what do you throw it at them?
I don't know. This sounds like a Merry Melodies cartoon here.
There's
You light it and throw it at the.
Text out for the 479. Tell them not to call in if they're going to waste our time with sports.
That's right.
Right on.
When people played at that school, and then they leave that school, they always make their comments in a particularly guarded and party line way. Would that be a fair thing to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some.
But most, 9 out of 10. You've got some people. And by the way, the people who actually do not do this are the ones that are like successful in broadcasting. Sterner's down there hosting radio in Houston, and Pat Bradley's on the SEC network.
Joe Klein.
Joe Klein is on the SEC network. There you go. He got fired from the radio broadcast. Yeah, so the people that don't do this are actually more successful. But everybody feels like they got to do this way. They don't want to upset anybody. They don't want to be, I don't know who they're worried about upsetting, but they don't want to, they want to be very safe with their answers on anything Razorback related, any topic that comes up. And then Mason Jones enters the chat. On Friday, we know that Mike Woods went to Oklahoma. That's where he has left the transfer portal after leaving Arkansas after the spring game, and he's in the course of a week, he ends up at Oklahoma. Well, Mason Jones, you remember him, Razorback, a great basketball player a couple years ago, dared to say, good for you, to Mike Woods for leaving Arkansas to go to Oklahoma. And you would have thought that he lit a Bible on fire, the way people reacted to this online. And here's my take on all of this. I believe moving forward, the falling in line and everyone having the same, the same take to appease the school, I think that's over with. Players, we know everything they're thinking now, one, because of social media. Number two, they've never been more comfortable with sharing their opinion on anything. And I've said this many times. I think being a player at that school in this state is harder than any of us realize.
What did he say exactly?
Well, he said, like, good for you or something like that. Like he didn't say, boo, you went to Oklahoma, like everyone wanted, that all the fans said. Mason Jones actually said, he said something positive about leaving here and going to Oklahoma. Can't blame you or something like that.
Okay.
And people went wild over this.
Is it possible that they have a personal relationship and he was just saying, hey, man, good
Could be. Yes. Could be. They were in school at the same time, yes.
Okay.
It could be. But I just think that the safe route is, I think you're going to see more and more people not take the safe route anymore. Because why? Why do it? So I thought that was an interesting situation on that. But, and it's, former Razorback with a thought on this. And Mason Jones, by the way, pretty successful too so far in his rookie campaign in the NBA. So that's cool.
He's one of his guys, man. Huh. That was one of his guys, and he just.
Yeah. But I think
congratulations.
I think the fans implied that Mason Jones pointed out that the Oklahoma football program is better than the Arkansas football program. and they didn't like the mirror being held up and being told that. You know what I mean? He said smart move. So, yes, the implication there is Oklahoma's a better football program than Arkansas.
It's not a lie.
Is it?
No. Oklahoma's pretty good.
No. Well, apparently you and I are allowed to say that, and if you once wore red, you're not allowed to say that, I guess. I don't know what these rules are on social media, you know? But, I mean, if you can't, how dyed-in-the-wool blind, how myopic of a fan you have to be if you can't look objectively and see that OU's better than you right now? I mean, what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I don't know. Maybe I speak for the silent majority. I don't care. I mean, if he's just wishing Mike Woods well or whatever, I don't think it was a slap at Arkansas. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, was it 3 days ago? He's getting his picture taken with Bobby Portis and Isaiah Joe when the Sixers play the Bucks.
No.
I don't care. But he's just wishing his guy well.
The fan expects everybody to do what we talked about, where you all march in a single file line and always say the right thing, and Mason Jones doesn't have any time for that. He's like, yeah, smart move. Because, I mean, it probably is. I don't know.
He's in the portal.
Who's going to have a better quarterback next year, Arkansas or Oklahoma?
I don't know. Spencer Rattler sucks.
Does he, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he ask Kansas State. I mean, he completed more to Kansas State than he did to Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Ryan says OU's 10 times the program Arkansas is, and he hates them.
Yeah. Oklahoma's they're a better football program. That's indisputable. Yeah. Question is, how much is Mike Woods going to play in a place like Oklahoma? Oklahoma's pretty deep in that receiver room.
Yeah. This text from Wesley: how does it help Mike Woods? What does Mike Woods need help with?
Who cares?
I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, Mike Woods it was like, hey, thanks, man. I mean,
yeah,
you're way too deep into this. Who cares?
This is another. Here's a text. This is another Polo Club reaction.
Who cares?
The reaction. Polo Club problems. I don't know, but I hope we're headed towards a world where more athletes speak their honest mind and don't just follow the company line.
But you know as
Arkansas.
well as I do.
No.
From people that are around here that we're around periodically, that they will not, former athletes will not upset the apple cart. There are a few who will. For the most part, they will
here's
not.
What I don't
they
understand.
Won't speak their mind. They don't.
What is the apple cart? Like, who is upset when they say something, quote unquote, controversial?
I'll give you. We're speaking in a vacuum here,
yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We're speaking in a vacuum. And
right.
I'm using. Just give me a former Razorback football player. Just give me one. I don't care.
Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis. All right.
Yeah.
So Peyton Hillis is.
By the way, he doesn't follow the company line. Go ahead.
So let's just say, and again, we're speaking in a vacuum. Let's say Peyton Hillis, he's on a radio show, and he goes, you know what, 3-7 wasn't what I expected. I expected more. They fell short of what I expected.
Right. That would light a firestorm.
So people would go berserk.
Right. Yeah.
Because we are all, pom-pom waving, thinking 3-7 was the greatest season in the last 10 years. If Peyton Hillis comes in and goes, you know what? They had a 4-game losing streak in which they didn't play particularly well. He's right.
No.
He's right.
Yeah.
But that would upset people.
Yeah.
Former athletes, especially when it comes to, because what did they get out of this? They get access. I mean, how many former athletes just, wander onto campus? I mean, maybe not in the pandemic, but in a normal situation, wander into campus, wander into practice.
But if your criticism is totally fair of whoever or whatever it is, like the November stretch there, like that's a real thing. Like that's not piling on. We watched it. They didn't win those games, and at times they didn't play particularly well. So that seems like a fair criticism. This is particularly bothersome to me because I heard the greatest breakdown of football I have ever heard doing one of these shows one time. Now, here's the problem. It was in the commercial break, and none of you heard it. I mean, just on and on and on, minutes of someone I worked with breaking it all down, telling you the real stuff. And I'm like, man, why didn't you do that on the air? Like, there's two of us who heard that intelligent, brilliant discussion. Oh, I can never say that. Well, why not? Why not? It was totally fair. Like, there was nothing. mean-spirited in any of that stuff.
Okay, flip this around for a second. Okay. I mean, use your everyday life. You're in your job. Mm-hmm. You see an opportunity to go to a job which will pay you more, give you more exposure, will enhance your life, make your life better.
Yeah.
You take that every single time.
Right.
Mike Woods has 1 year left in his college career. If he has an opportunity to go to a program which will compete clearly in the Big 12, probably be in the hunt for a college football playoff spot, why wouldn't you take that chance? Arkansas is not going to be in the hunt for the college football playoff.
No, they are not.
We're talking about 6 wins. Oklahoma will have 6 wins by the end of October.
Yeah. There's also a blatant hypocrisy here in just almost tongue-kissing Musselman when he lands people out of the transfer portal. And then when you lose someone, they're like the scum of the earth. Like, that's not how this works. The portal, the door swings both ways there. You know? It's, what movie is that? Where the door swings both ways. So you reverse the flow. Oh, that's Ghostbusters also. How about that? Another Ghostbusters reference.
Appreciate that. That's
very good.
Thank you very much.
You reverse the flow. Well, you cross the streams. Anyway, I was intrigued to see all the reaction to that and everything going on here. So there you go. Good stuff. Fascinating. Drew in Fayetteville. Mike Woods will win more games this year than he has his whole career. That's what Drew said, not me. I just read him. I'll write this stuff.
He's probably right.
But it is fascinating how many people are scared. You will get the greatest, I've seen it here, you'll get the greatest rant breakdown of anything sports related. And then the mics come on and it's clam up time.
Sure.
It's just absolutely, it drives me insane. Because I clam up during the breaks. I don't clam up when the mics are on. You got to do it that way, you know? But everybody's afraid somebody's get offended and they get a phone call. Come on. They won't call you. They'll call Zach. That's what I've learned.
They will call me.
Oh, man.
Evan and Fable would like to check off tongue-kissing Musselman off your bingo card.
No, I'm not wrong about that. I mean, when he gets a transfer, you're expecting Mayor Jordan to hand him a key to the city again. And then they lose a transfer, and it's the worst person in the world. I mean, give me a break. Come on now. No. I mean, what about Justin Smith? You got him out of the portal. How about that?
Mm-hmm. No,
good point.
It's fair,
good point,
but
Texter.
that's fandom.
Ryan, by the way, correctly guessing who upset me by doing an entire brilliant radio segment during a commercial break that 2 people heard, and not the entire audience.
You want to recap it?
Well, I don't remember it, but it's some of the best analysis I've ever heard on. See, this was Bielema, so things probably weren't going well at the quarterback spot, and there was on the offense anyway, and defense. I mean, it was all bad back then for a time. I don't know what side of the ball we were talking about, but I'm just sitting there and I'm going, man, this would be really great if we were on the air right now, but we're not, and so it's so.
But if they are
a fart in the wind,
if they still have ties and are still getting things from their success there, they're probably not going to upset anybody.
Yeah, but if you
know exactly how sensitive they are.
But let me ask you this, though. Mm-hmm. If you move into, let's say you're in finance now. You played there. You're now in finance. And you go on and you say one thing like that people view as controversial. Are people going to, leave your firm in droves? No, of course not. If you're making money, they don't care what you said on social media or on the radio or TV or whatever. As long as there's profits every year in the fund, that's all that matters.
That's correct.
You know, it's. I think we go overboard in what we think will happen if you say the questionable thing, and it's never that bad.
Here's a text. Now the 479. Woods has nothing to gain going to Oklahoma. Wasn't the man here, won't be there. He's going to a better football program, a significantly better football. They're just in different places.
That's right.
Right now they are in different places.
They're not going to be fighting to go 6-6 this year.
Mike Woods has a chance to play on a team that gets national coverage every week. He's going to be seen. If he has a good year, he has an opportunity to go to the next level. Now, you can sit here and say, well, he wasn't the man here. That might have been some of the talent around him and the guys throwing the ball to him. That may have been part of the problem.
No.
We're going to find out. If he suddenly just takes off, well, maybe it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because if he has, what if in the Texas game he's got like 8 for 110 and 3 touchdowns? Well, what about that? That could be something. I don't know. All right. It is 16 after the hour.
Kristen Harrison says, boo sports.
I'm sorry, Chris. Every now and then we got to throw these things in to make sure the license gets renewed. 16 past here on Ruskin and Zach. The Lindbergh team is ready to help you. There aren't a lot of houses on the market right now. They're selling fast. Many of them over list, sometimes tens of thousands over list. So this is still a great time to call Tara and be in touch with the Lindbergh team. Ben getting married and combining families, so he needed a quick sale without adding any more stress to the wedding. So Ben called the Lindbergh team. That house hit the market, and it was on. 12 hours, multiple offers, and they sold it for $5,000 over list. Tara and her team even helped them, the new couple, the happy couple, went out with 5 other offers on their new home. In last year, Lindbergh team able to negotiate nearly $500,000 extra combined profit for their sellers. Northwest Arkansas's only instant offer program, Tara Lindbergh of the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. For max convenience, contact Tara's teams, get a cash offer in 72 hours. You can do that. Or use Tara's strategic marketing program, and you may get tens of thousands over list. Do this. The #1 real estate team in Arkansas. LindberghTeam.com. LIMBIRD. Team.com. LindberghTeam.com. LindberghTeam.com. And start packing. It is Ruskin and Zach. And we are certainly glad you have joined us today. Zach saw a ghost this weekend at the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs.
Came face to face with it. Have a witness.
The etheric plane. I did. You made contact.
I did. You okay over there?
Yeah, I had a hiccup there.
Okay. Yeah, it was terrifying.
Or I could be dying. I'm not sure what. Well, we'll find out.
Are you dead?
No, man.
Okay. Absolutely terrifying. But the food was terrific.
That's good. I'm going to take a drink of water here. I'm tired. All this talking all day. Well.
Here's a text. How do you guys sleep at night telling such truths about Arkansas fandom? Well, last night, not very well.
That's right. Yeah, you didn't sleep because of the ghost thing.
To be very fair, not very well at all. Slept with the lights on.
Really?
Yes.
Man, you were scared.
Wow. It freaked me out.
Yeah. See, when I saw a ghost, it didn't bother me for days after, like this did. And it was kind of it wasn't right in my face. I didn't smell it. We did have that. We may have to worry about this too. We did have somebody say that since you smelled it, the spirit now lives in you. So we're going to have an exorcism or something.
I'm not cool with that.
Not to freak you out.
I am not okay with that.
But we had a text that says the spirit may now live in you.
Oh.
Yeah. So you need to call Linda Blair or somebody and work on that.
Is there an exorcist in the house?
That's right.
Anybody?
That's right. Well, this is the priests love listening to this show, so maybe we can find you somebody.
Oh, no question.
That's a man of the cloth who can help you out here. So just have your priest do it.
Yeah, you know what?
Does he perform exorcisms?
I don't think so. Apparently, we're going way down a rabbit hole here, but apparently the process for an exorcism is pretty detailed.
Is this the power of Christ compels you? Is that an exorcism thing?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
I've never been part of one.
Can I perform one? No, probably not. I don't think so.
It was a rough weekend. I did a lot of stuff this weekend. Did a lot of stuff.
You had to put it that way, huh?
I did. And this happened yesterday, and it freaked me out, and it kind of ruined the whole weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll hear the ghost story next hour, and it'll be on the podcast. Mm-hmm. We're having to move heaven and earth to get it on the podcast because of some issues around here that I'm not very excited about, but we'll get it on the podcast for you.
During the break, I may have a solution for you.
Okay, all right. I'm excited to hear this.
Okay. So I don't want to get too technical there, but I think we've got a solution for you.
Okay, well, that's good. Because, it's only a sponsored deal, and we got to do it we should do it every day, and so it'd be nice if the stuff worked all the time. But you may have found a solution.
I may have found you a solution.
Good. All right. Ruskin and Zach. Oh, we haven't got to this yet.
Oh, good.
The draft girls. Remember this when the draft was in Nashville?
That is correct.
2 years ago today, at the second anniversary of the bachelorette party ruined in Nashville by the NFL draft. Yes, we remember it well, right?
Every freaking year. Every year.
That's right. They were pointing out that in that cut that you only get married once, which we know for those women is a crock of nonsense.
I think my dad's very disappointed in me.
Yes, he probably is. We're talking at least 3 marriages for her, let's be honest.
Yes.
So you only get married once, that's baloney. And the NFL happens every year. The draft happens every year. So why would... The draft was interfering with their bachelorette party in Nashville.
Yeah, and the bride seemed like a delight. She was really in a good mood about the whole thing, and I don't know how it ruined it.
No,
other than it being, I guess, down on Broadway.
Well, they shut down most of Broadway because remember they had that giant setup out there with like a few stages.
Now, I could be wrong, but Nashville's a fairly large city. I mean, there's other places you can go.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay,
yes.
All right, just checking.
Every freaking year. Every year.
That's right. Yeah.
But 2 years ago tonight.
There was also one I cut up where they were talking about I'm going to punish my husband by not watching football with him.
I remember that.
I'm like,
one.
How is that punishment? Like, you would punish your husband by watching football and asking a question after every single play. That's the penalty. If you leave him alone, that's not a penalty. He wins. See, come on.
I've got some information for you. You asked what it takes to get an exorcism. Chris in Fayetteville says you have to get written consent from the Vatican.
Oh, boy. That may be hard to get.
And here's a text. 479 says you can check off me being possessed on your bingo card.
Well, now we've, yes, that's true.
I don't know anybody at the Vatican.
You don't have a contact there?
No.
That phone Rolodex is impressive, but you don't have anybody.
I don't have anybody at the Vatican. I do not have a house lawyer at the Vatican that I can just ring and say, hey, I need an exorcism.
You know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I do.
That's it. There you go. Well, happy anniversary. Hopefully the married couple is still together. But let's be honest. And they probably are still together. If she left him alone during football season like she threatened, they're probably doing pretty good, actually. You know what I mean?
I would be curious to see if that thing actually made it to the altar.
Why do they call them downs? I don't know. They just call them downs.
They do.
I don't know.
It's just the thing.
Why is it 10 yard? I don't know. That's just the way it is. So wait, a touchdown is 6 points. Yes, it's 6 points.
Here's a low economic way to do this. Instead of an exorcism, I can burn sage. So if you're having a haunting, sage will apparently.
I got the hookup for that.
Okay, all right, good.
Bring some. We need to sage this whole building anyway. I mean, let's be honest here.
We do a lot of things to this.
He's right. Surprised this place isn't haunted. Honestly. All right. Now, before we get the the National Organization of Women on us here, we of course know that there are plenty of women that know a lot about football and are great football fans, and we like watching the games with them. It's the women that has to ask a question after every play that annoy us. But if you are a woman that likes football, it's fun to watch because, to see a woman scream at the ref and curse him out, that's pretty... But we've seen that when we did those Zoom deals during football season.
Yes, we did.
Those were just women screaming at the officials the whole time. And cursing the whole time. So we couldn't use any of the highlights on the radio show because they were all obscene.
This podcast has been presented by BetOnline.